Is it gonna be put on YouTube? Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we all know what the Patriot Act is, right? We all know what the we all know what the Patriot Act is, right? And we all know how bad it can be. Well, Joe Biden actually bragged about practically writing the Patriot Act. You didn't know about it? Yeah, but you're from Britain, so it doesn't matter. So, you know, I've been reading up on it actually. And the second that they can point at us and call us terrorists, that's when we should be really, really worried. Really, really worried. There was no reason to suggest this. What publication is this? Jacobin. I have no idea. We should be really, really worried. You know, it will continue to enforce the state's monopoly on violence, and it will continue to crack down on the left, which is bad for everyone. Yes, we all know that Biden is right-leaning. Not on America's political spectrum, but on the universal political spectrum of all political thought, he is right-leaning. It's not going to be good for us. The second that they can call us terrorists, that's when they can destroy our schools and roads and cities and hospitals. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but it's what they do to the Middle East in the sake of anti-terrorism. So just because we live in the United States, just because we're in the United States and we're United States citizens, doesn't mean that we can't just be labeled terrorists and get put on a no-fly list. One day you'll be retweeting a guillotine meme, and the next day you'll have the Department of Homeland Security knocking on your door. We don't know what full effects that this might happen and take place. So what we should do is we should continue to protest against it. And if it gets passed, we need to be very careful. Okay? We need to be very careful. Basically, I'm not for destroying civil liberties. In the sake of national security. They already had the Capitol Police and the law enforcement at the Capitol had every possible tool in their toolbox to make sure that they don't get into the Capitol. But you know what happened? Nothing. Because they're on their side. For the most part. They let him through. There's no reason to add any new legislation. Yeah, exactly. For real. We just need to continue to spread our ideas, and we need to continue to push back against it. And we need to be very careful. Be very careful. For real. Be very, very careful. Because, like, the Lord knows, if you believe in the Lord, that I'm probably on a bunch of lists. You know? I may get a knock on my door from the Department of Homeland Security being like, hey, so we heard you're a streamer, and we heard you be doing all types of anti-American sentiment in your streams and in your videos. Is that true? Basically talking about basic how civil liberties made hundreds of thousands of incursions into personal phone, computer, and financial records. Exactly. You know, I'm very scared. When you can turn someone into, when you can make someone seem like a terrorist, you can basically justify killing them. It's propaganda. It's big propaganda. Biden says rioters who stormed Capitol were domestic terrorists. Mr. Biden says he has a plan to make priority passing laws against domestic terrorism, ideologically inspired violent extremists, and increasing funding to combat them. Federal law defines domestic terrorism as dangerous and illegal acts intended to coerce a population or influence the government. While it can be charged in some states, no generic federal crimes exist. Domestic terrorism spans extremist ideologies, but it has been predominantly a far-right phenomenon in recent decades, according to researchers. Doesn't mean it can't be used against us, especially when it comes to police. Police have been targeting left-leaning people for a very long time. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for the betterment of the United States, is what I mean.